Wow, Mark, didn't call that. I didn't see that coming, mate. I did not see that coming. A 2-0 win at Maidstone United. I know you were unbeaten here, but I couldn't see that coming at all, mate.
Yeah, mate, it's just really good performance, you know, like, you know, often the case when you've got nothing else to think about rather than the sort of, you know, 11, we had about 12 fit players today, so they all had to do their jobs, and they've done a great job, mate. You know, they done a great job. The first goal was fantastic. They absorbed the first sort of 10-15 as you're going to in front of a few thousand away from home. Then they scored a fantastic goal.
Good goal.
And then they defended stoutly and, you know, missed a clean sheet, Sammy. It's just unbelievable the amount of clean sheets he gets. Yeah, mate. So, listen, Sammy Alab, first start of the season, you know, we was, you know, on paper 6s and 7s in terms of before the game, the planning. Alfie Rutherford overnight couldn't play, really bad sickness. So, but Callum Keeley done brilliant. I thought to a man they'd done really well. Dan Gallagher played his role perfectly, had to break up the game, do the physical bit. Obviously they're quite direct. Josh and Moray in midfield done really well. I thought all over the park, but you know, it was a kind of team performance. Yes. The clean sheet was for the team that worked really hard. You know, they got what they deserved. It was a clever performance, you know, and they done really well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, second half. First half was a little bit dodgy for the first 15-20 minutes. They had a couple of chances, but they missed them. Obviously, that's down to them. But I thought second half we managed the game superbly. Yeah,
no, obviously we went into a back four for the first time this year.
I like that.
You know, something we used to do a lot when to get over the line. We've still got a lot more to come. I was going mad at the end. There's a lot of bad habits still. 88th minute, and we're putting a ball in the box. You know, and
don't need to get a third, do we? Don't need to get a third.
Well, no, it's just fine margins. You know, when you haven't had a clean sheet all season, you should be sat on the ball for 10 minutes if you can. So I think we have got work to do. I think genuinely, in particular, the new boys more than anyone, with their thinking, the way they do things. But mate, today is just all about the club and the players. We had a real shit time. 2 games against Hayes. You know, we were so certain over the 2 games we should have won that tie, so we were really disappointed, mate. And then we're staring down the barrel of just player unavailability and sickness and injuries, and they've come here, got a result, mate. And over the years, mate, there's one consistent thing. It's like when your back's up against the wall, teams tend to get results, mate, and they were today. So can't dine out on it too long.
No.
That's for all the supporters, all the ones that made the journey. Dedicate that to them, really. All the ones that got soaking wet last Saturday and at Hayes and came down here today. Really appreciate their support, and now hopefully they'll come down and all the other normal ones on Tuesday, and we've got to back up that performance at home. 100%. We've got to back it up, mate, you know. But it's 2 league wins back to back.
Yes.
And a clean sheet, mate, so we'll eat well tonight.
And no injuries? Clean sheet on the injuries?
Well, yeah, it seems that way. I think Luke Moore went down at the end, but you know, we'll obviously do a roll call tomorrow, but you know, it is what it is, mate. I mean, availability or not Tuesday, not really going to change that much. The boys have done brilliantly. That's how it should be.
Bit of mind games out there, because I felt they waited. They never came out straight away in the first half, did they? And made us wait, and then you did the same in the second half. Was that right, or am I reading the wrong into that?
Well, I do the referee scores now, and you know, I'll be giving them the bare minimum score. You know, dreadful for both teams. I know that Maidstone will do the same. The referee brought the players out at 3 o'clock. You know, I mean, it's a bit like you say to a player, you know, you set your own tempo. Then following that, and I've written down all the minutes as well, I sound like a dickhead probably, but I don't really care. We have to pay him and we have to suffer it. But, you know, he missed constant shirt pulls. Josh Taylor brought down one of their players in the first half, and he said he got the ball. Josh Taylor was about a furlong away from their player. It's the biggest foul ever.
Oh, a Deacon, yeah.
Right, yeah, big time.
Oh, yeah.
So we committed 2 big fouls on them. They'd done a big one on us. He was missing high feet all over the place, shirt pulls. That's just, mate, the gap between the officiating and the standard is getting bigger, I'm afraid. I speak to a lot of the managers about it, and it needs to improve, mate. Anyone here today will say that the referee was not up to the standard, mate. So, and to be fair, I don't blame the referees. I think there's a lack of training, a lack of direction, lack of leadership, you know, I think they're all getting promoted from where they are because they're desperate for referees, and then, you know, that's why the gap is widening between the standard and the officiating, mate. And I'm only saying that because I think Maidstone should be bloody aggrieved. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was so bad for them as well.
Fair enough.
You know, so I know, listen, anyone watching probably says, "I'll stop on about the rest mark all the time," but you know, realistically, the people watching don't have to, you know, live and die by their results, mate. So you know, we do. So you have to sort of highlight these things, win, lose or draw.
Someone asked me on the commentary, any news on Jason Pryor? When's he back, or is it long term?
Few
or what?
weeks. We're just not going to rush him back, mate. A few weeks maybe. I don't think he'll make the Dartford game probably. I just think we just got to go with what we got. The boys that are getting fit and getting minutes. Do you know what I mean? Just go with what we got. You know, it's not the fashionable teams that win matches, mate. It's the ones that, you know, turn up ready to go. I can't wait to see the first goal, but the first goal was a brilliant goal.
It was a good goal. Good run by McShane.
Proper, yeah.
Played it down and then went across the pitch.
Yeah, sort of typical Wanderers goal, that one. So I'm delighted with that.
And the second goal weren't bad either.
Yeah, it's
Briggs
great,
and
yeah.
Fuller overlapping, and then Keeley made a good
Yeah.
run. But well done, mate.
Cheers,
You
mate.
can enjoy your Saturday,
Yeah.
mate. And
Cheers, mate.
I'll see you on Tuesday against
Yeah,
Eastbourne Borough.
cheers, guys.
All the
Thanks,
best,
mate.